happened there?
What happened where?
Oh, did you play it twice?
Play what twice?
Oh, don't worry about it.
I don't know. G'day, guys, and welcome to the Centre Bounce for a Friday night drive home. Who would have believed it? Just when you thought Thursday nights were the best, we'll make up for yesterday with a Friday night session. Hope you all had a wonderful Thursday night. I know I had a mixed bag, but for the most part, it was positive. You have a nice shirt on tonight, Big J. What happened? Pikachu face. What the fish happened there? All right. Guess not. I guess Big J doesn't want to hang out. Maybe he's a little bit sad after the result last night, but hope you're all doing a wonderful time. Welcome back, Hitchhiker. Good to see you, Velo. Yeah, it was a dodgy sort of stream last night, wasn't it? I was surprised we had those people, but I'm not entirely sure where Big J disappeared to. Maybe some more internet problems? Dodgy Malacca. Chris Scott proves once again to be the worst coach for SuperCoach players. He admitted he doesn't even know Geelong release an injury list. Wait until we tell him that he has to release a lineup. Oh, my God. That is unbelievable. That's ridiculous. Also, the Dons North game had me sweating head to toe. God bless Zachary Merrett. Bro, we are Merrett FC. We are dead set Merrett FC. Where would we be without Zach Merrett? Is there a man that you probably feel more sorry for in the AFL than Zach Merrett? Seriously, is there a guy that you feel more sorry for in the competition than Zachary Merrett? He is doing what Cripps has had to do for so long with Carlton. He is carrying the team. Like, I don't even know what to say. Words can't describe how much this man means to us. Honestly, it is off the charts. And not only is he a legend, look at that. 172, if you don't mind. So, mate, he was captain inspirational. That last quarter was not Essendon versus North. The last quarter was The last quarter was North Melbourne versus Zach Merrett. That was the last quarter. It wasn't Essendon. It wasn't Essendon. It was Zach Merrett because we were dead.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, everybody. I was getting some form of double reverb. I had no StreamYard open, no anything, but it was playing through the speakers. And yeah, I was like, mate, I don't want to hear myself twice today. So I had to quickly restart everything and jump back on. But, Joe, Zach Merrett, 80 points in that last quarter. Yeah, man, he was on fire, and it wasn't. I don't know if it was super damaging. It wasn't like a Lockie Neal that had set up a lot of goals and things like that. He just almost mopped up everything, if that makes sense. Yeah. Really, really weird type of situation to be in, I think, for a North Melbourne. I heard a stat, Joe, today from Kanga TV, if anyone watches that, where Essendon, I think, after quarter time only kicked 3 goals for the rest of the game.
Easy to see.
Imagine that being the game where you guys did all your damage in the first quarter and then it just couldn't do anything else afterwards. It was an interesting time, I think.
Yeah, we kicked 6 goals first quarter.
Yeah, and then didn't do much else.
Yeah. 6-1.
Yeah.
6-1. And then we kicked 3 goals, 10 after that.
Yeah. It was almost North Melbourne versus North Melbourne at that point. The team just couldn't do what they needed to do, unfortunately. It was a bit of a rough one.
Classic Essendon, honestly. But we basically had no bench in the last quarter. So yeah. I don't even know. I honestly have no idea how you guys, with the momentum and us having no bench, I honestly have no idea how you guys didn't get over the top, to be honest.
I don't think, with the way that the team's going and things like that, I don't think not having a bench in the fourth quarter matters as much when the interchange is only down to like 10 and 11 anyway. Like, it's not like, hey, it's the second quarter and you've had two big injuries and now you have to play out the game with limited players. Like, cool. For the next 20, because it was a short quarter too, yeah? It was only like 25 minutes compared to the rest that were a lot higher. So what, you guys miss out on like 2 interchanges with not having as many players out? It really wasn't. Maybe with it not being such a big blowout, like there was a bit of a difference. Yeah, I think that's probably what it was more like.
I don't know, man. I don't think it's 2 interchanges. I think if you've got someone who's 37 years old in Goldstein, 200 centimeter plus, big old man, and
what was his time on ground yesterday?
And he couldn't get off the ground. I mean, ultimately, the time on ground, I mean,
because he used to play close to 100% at North Melbourne.
Yeah,
like he was like maybe not the best player towards the end of it, but still did a lot. I feel bad for Sardis, to be honest. Like, yeah, still only the 60% game time. Obviously did okay in terms of scoring with that, but could have been a lot better for him.
Well, the thing is, in the last quarter, I think all of the players would have had 100% time on ground in that last quarter, is the thing. So he had 84% TOG on the game, for the game on the weekend. Obviously, had a bit of a bump, but I feel like a lot of the players who played and were on the field in the last quarter, they basically had to play it out. And you could see we were wrecked. We were buggered coming into the game. Goldstein's face was purple. Remember? Every time we saw his
first quarter, I think he realized, holy shit, Terry's gone to another level now. I'm like, oh, this is 2015 Goldstein. If any of you guys ever played SuperCoach back then, where like I think he averaged. Let me just pull up Fan Footy. I think he averaged like bonkers numbers, like 115, 120 during that period of time.
Around in 2015, he averaged 128. I was like,
whoa, I'm back. Let's go. Like, it's the reincarnation of Goldstein. So I think he knew he was just in for a long time. And, I know myself and other people, when you feel shit and you go to work, and you have to try and pull a 8-hour shift out of nowhere, and then the boss asks you to do like a 16-hour shift. What used to happen to me at the hospital. I think that's kind of Goldstein in essence last night. It was like, oh, the boss has asked me to pull double duties today. Holy shit, what can I do? So, a bit rough.
Joshua, are you a Collingwood supporter or a Carlton supporter? Like, what are Essendon pretending to be? We're clearly in rebuild mode. We are the youngest team in the comp, and we're fielding.
You're not the youngest team in the comp.
We are. We were with Goldstein. We are the equal second youngest team in the comp. But then when you take into consideration the injuries that we've had, we are fielding the youngest team. Even with Goldstein, we are fielding the youngest team every week now. So I don't know what we're pretending to be. We're clearly a rebuilding team. We're clearly going to be a bottom 4 to 6 side. We're clearly not contending if we're struggling against teams across the board.
And you look at next week as well with Ridley's supposed to be 3 weeks out now, and then Jones will be probably another 5 to 6 weeks on top of that. So there's 2 big injuries for you in terms of playing group, and no rucks in the team and whatever. Like, yeah, it's rough.
Yeah, fair enough. No, we have played finals. We haven't won a final.
Yeah, they haven't won a final. Yeah,
we've made finals multiple times, but we always get eliminated in the first
round.
Correct. Absolutely. Been rebuilding since 2000. The problem, Michael, with Essendon was because we haven't ever decided to rebuild. We've refused to rebuild ever. And that's the problem. We've been stuck middle of the table because we've always refused to rebuild. Now, finally, all the draft picks, we took all 5 picks to the draft last year. We've traded into this year. So this is the first proper rebuild that the Bombers have had. We've only got a number 1 draft pick once in our entire history, and that was obviously because of the drug saga. But outside of Andy McGrath, we have never had a number 1 draft pick. So it just goes to show we've never tried the rebuild. This is our first genuine rebuild, and it sucks.
Look,
I have to continue to be patient. To be patient, but I can't do anything about it.
I think you've been doing okay for doing it on the fly. I think you've been fine. You haven't really tanked to the point of, sucking in and getting super low draft picks like North Melbourne. You've still got enough established players. It's just guys getting injured, man. Like, you almost need to be like, well, we have to build outside of Jordan Ridley in the back line. And then when he plays and is fit, cool. But he can't be the be-all, end-all for that. Similar to your forward line and stuff too. You'll be all right this year, though.
What?
You got a few good
sports nut.
a few good draft picks.
Like, what's a fraudulent what? We've never said everyone has said, bro, we're not making the 8 this year. What are you talking? A fraudulent what? You can't be a fraudulent football team if you're winning games. We're 4-3, mind you. So, mate, you guys are funny. You guys are hilarious. We can let Essendon petty if they need a ruck. I love you. I love you, legend. You're funny. That's so good. Let's go back up. Thoughts on Aaron Francis as a cash cow potentially?
Nah, probably not.
He's not in the best side. Michael Caulfield, the hitcher found a muddy puddle to sustain her life in the wastelands.
There you go.
Blue and white looks good on you. Joe's fave team almost won last night. Our hearts go out to you, Joe. That must have been a hard loss. You guys are hilarious. Honestly, for those of you who don't know, the members here, we have a members team. Okay. And last week, the VC was on Max Gawn. But alas, I forgot to take the score, and Zach Merrett had the captaincy on him last week. I only realized after the Anzac Day game that I had missed the VC on Gawn. So as a punishment, the community decided that I was to go to the game last night in North gear. So I had to go during my lunch break to the AFL store, buy a North top to then wear it to the game and then give it to Jez there. So I've sort of recorded a little bit of it. For those who caught the stream last night, you would have seen it. But I don't think I've added the audio to this. Let me just remove this. Stop sharing. I've got to share screen. How do I share it with the audio? Oh, there. Also share system audio. Okay, there we go.
Is it going to work?
I think so. If I put the volume on, not on mute.
Far out. I hate my life.
It's this one.
Look what I'm wearing. Look what I'm wearing. Disgusting. Disgusting. This is just for you. I told you I'm sorry, and I deserve it. The reason why I'm wearing this and not the actual jersey is because when I went to the shops, I swear to God, they didn't have our sizes. They only had large. And large is not large enough for myself and Big J. So this is what we've settled for. Trains overhead. But this is what I've settled for. And it's disgusting. It is gross. I feel so bad. I feel like a prostitute. I've sold my soul. I've sold my body for some cheap fabric. $90 for North Melbourne gear. $90. How can they have the goal? And here he is.
It's not North Melbourne, mate. That's the AFL.
And then I turned around.
Where you got this shirt from, Joe? What are you doing? What are you doing? I'm recording this. Okay. As evidence that wearing North Melbourne. I'm trying to figure out why you're wearing North Melbourne shirts. Because this is my.
I wasn't here for the thing. I didn't know.
No. So you didn't see. I was not on the stream. Fucking have to wear North Melbourne gear. All right. Well,
And then he started the stream, and that was that. So I thought you'd be a lot more surprised. Personally, I thought you'd be a lot more gobsmacked as opposed to, oh, what are you doing wearing North Melbourne clothes? I thought you would have been like, what the hell is going on?
All good.
So that was that, guys. Yeah, that was my punishment, and I came through with it. So look, a man of my word. So that's what happened. Shazy ball, yes, Shazel did well playing off halfback.
Yeah, it sucks for the likes of Skodfather, who posted out a couple of videos last night or today saying, hey, I might have to get Shazel back in. Clarko in his presser, I think, said, I haven't watched it, just kind of don't really do that for North Melbourne at the moment, but basically said, hey, yeah, Rosie did well at halfback, Shazel halfback, so why not?
Why not? The Greek Raven. Are you new, Greek Raven? Welcome if you are. Hey, guys, how good is it? Starting the round with 553 points from 3 players, courtesy of Merrett as VC, Shazel, and Dale. That makes 3 VCs in the 170s for the past 3 weeks. Whoa, you've nailed all 3 in a row of Dacos, Gorn, and Merrett?
That's pretty good, man. I think I'm 4 for... Is it 4 or 3? 1 second. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I think I'm 4 for 483. I assume he's got Daniel as well, right? He can't have...
I don't think he meant Dale.
No,
I think he meant Daniel. I think he meant Daniel, not Dale.
Oh, yeah, instead of Dale. Yeah. Well, there you go, man. I love Thursday pods. Thursday pods are the best.
I'm 629.
How is your projection so low?
Because it hasn't counted the double score for
for the
it hasn't counted the double score for what's his face for Sherry yet. Still a 146. I need to keep a close eye on Boyd. Make sure that he's not named tonight. If
that would hurt you a bit today. Do you not have a dead rookie on the bench? Like you can just loophole and then get the big score. Like for real,
I've got Stone.
Just do that. Just put just make Captain Stone. The fans want to see the big score, man. We don't want the crappy projected this week.
Yeah, but I could
you can't. Hey.
All right, fine.
What are you gonna do?
All right, fine. If I just do that, what does it show as projected now?
Yeah,
24-34.
Yeah, so you're beating me by like 30 points at the moment. It's pretty rough.
Yeah, but I do want to loop between Pal Pepper and Clary though.
Yeah.
I just don't know how Pal Pepper's going to go at Mars. So I just want that flexibility, I guess. So yeah, the team's doing all right.
So if you guys haven't noticed, Joe brought in Cherry last night after Big J said bring Cherry in. And then got the 146. So there you go.
Flynn in the bin. Flynn gets in the bin.
All right, let's get through some of these questions. Hey,
I'm happy about that. So who to pick? Ash, Nass, or Clark?
If you want the pod, go Ash. If you want someone who has an okay ceiling, go Naz. If you want someone who's a reliable, like 100 every week, go Clark. Is probably my feeling. I won't put in the listing of, hey, you must pick this one. But of those 3, that's probably the prerogative that I would do. Naz has got a decent enough ceiling, but they're dicking him around a little bit. Clark is good for 100, and then Ash can go big, but if he's got to cover someone, he's in trouble.
Yeah, I feel like Clark is probably the one that's just got that consistency. You know what his role is, and he's just going to average you. He's going to score every week between like 95 and 115, I feel, pretty consistently. So he's also got the best buy. Him and Nass both have the best buy. So That worked well. G'day, Jen. How's it going? North should have won last night, Big J.
Yeah, they should have. But unfortunately, that's how footy goes sometimes. Your team nullifies the opposition down to a goal a quarter after the first quarter, and personally, I think it's a motivation / everything else kind of problem. There's when you don't win a lot, you don't know how to win. So I think you just end up really struggling quite a lot.
Yep.
And that's obviously North Melbourne's problem at the moment.
Oh, Cheese was in our area. No.
Cheese. We posted on Twitter, mate. We were like, hey, come and say hello. We were down there and, missed out on you, I guess.
How does North not get the free when he kicked through the goal? Constanti and also Malley didn't have the 30 seconds. How did North even get the free in the first place?
It was a high tackle.
No, it was a ball up. It was a ball up. The umpire was going to ball the ball up, but then Constanti kicks the ball away, and the umpire thought initially that it was an Essendon player who kicked it away. So it was paying the free kick to North Melbourne, even though it was North who kicked it away.
If you can find it, pull it up. You're mistaken. If you can find it, pull it up.
It should have been.
If you can find it, pull it up. If you can find it, pull it up.
Sure.
I think you're mistaken. Yeah.
All right. No, it was definitely going to be an Essendon. It should have been Essendon 3 and 50 for time wasting because he kicked the ball away.
No. You are correct.
I don't know. Probably on. I don't know. Maybe on Twitter. I don't know where I see it.
Let's go through the next. Harry Jones' injury is not a good one to watch. Yeah, and it's interesting too that the AFL's put it up on their Instagram and whatnot, but they decided to not put the Clary one up on the Instagram. So, yeah, both of them being pretty devastating, but one has not been shown and the other one has, and a few fans definitely pointed that out. I brought Gauntlet this week, have got the C on him. Very nice, Jen. To the 50-odd% of people that have got Cherry, fantastic. I'm going to chasing points for the rest of the week, so
for the ball,
see what happens.
Eventually, the umpire calls a whistle for a ball up. The umpire blows the whistle, but Constanti boots the ball into the 10th row of the stands. Umpire gives North a free kick for it and says, actually, boys, I've just...
No, I want to see the video. I don't want to see Dan does footy. I don't want to see Dan does footy commentary. I want to see the footage, mate. Give me the good footage. Yeah, I love it too. And something to be spoken about as well. Joe and I were talking about it yesterday about the Thursday night captains. When you nail a good Thursday night captain, it just feels good for the rest of the night. Feels good for the rest of the weekend as well as people start to chase your version of the scoring. So, as some other people have said, like Dacos a couple of weeks ago would have been fantastic. Brayshaw, I think, played a Thursday night game and went bonkers as well. So, yeah, it's a really good way to boost up your overall captaincy scores. Imagine if Merrett took there you go. There you go.
Absolutely.
Sammy Durham.
Bold.
Love that guy. Such a fighter. Yeah, he got knocked, I think, he got a knock or a cramp in that third or fourth quarter as well and kept playing. I tossed the VC on him, not too convinced. I'd rather take, there you go, Joe. Rather take the Harry Boyd VC over Cherry. Finbar Maley had the chance to do the funniest thing and kick the match winner on the debut. Yeah, it would be interesting to see the stats. I don't know how many people in their first game, in their first kicked a goal and then kicked the match winner of the same game. I think he would be the only one in AFL history, probably, to be able to do that. Unfortunately, it didn't happen. Hey, Joe.
I hate being right. I hate being right. All right. The AFL has conceded.
I want to see the footage. Show me the footage. You got a video? I don't care about the AFL. I want to see the footage.
The AFL has conceded. The umpires made a mistake when it missed a free kick to Essendon for time delay late in the Bombers' thrilling win over Melbourne. Football boss Laura Kane said on Friday the Bombers should have been paid a free kick at fullback instead of a ball up. You don't care what the general manager of the AFL has to say.
Bro, she's giving people concessions for suspensions and all sorts, man. I want to see the footage. Scroll up. Do they have the video or what? Or is it just a... No, I want to see before that. You got to see the bit of the footage that
If
leads
he
up
was
to it.
supposed to be paid, a free kick for a high tackle, then they would have
Yeah.
come out and said, we made a mistake, that the free kick should have been for a high tackle. But that's not what was said. What was said was it should have been a free kick to Essendon because he delayed time.
Yeah, anti-North
delayed
propaganda,
time.
bro. Nah.
Initially,
Finbar
the
gets
kids-
high tackled. The North Melbourne player plays on from the free call kick, kicks the ball through the goals, and then that's it. And then the other umpire came in and said, "Oh, no, it's not a free kick." 100%, bro. People play on.
Says, look,
People
the field
play on
umpire
from whistles all the time.
The field
Like-
umpire was controlling umpire in error, blows the whistle and calls a free kick to North Melbourne for time delay. Another field umpire or the support umpire through their comm says, no, it wasn't Essendon who kicked the ball after the whistle. So clearly the free kick that was initially paid was not for a high tackle. The initial free kick was paid because the controlling umpire thought Essendon wasted time. That was what the initial free kick was for. It wasn't for a high contact. It wasn't for a high tackle. It was purely because of the time wasting.
The first whistle went before the North Melbourne player kicked the ball. The first whistle happened after Finbar got tackled. It wasn't.
Yeah, for a
he
ball
got
up.
tackled. It wasn't. It wasn't.
It was for a ball up.
Bro, we're going to go around in circles.
That's what the time wasting was for. The time wasting is give me the ball.
Until you pull up the score, let's just keep going. Where are we
Oh my god.
Incorrect.
If you say so. All right, if you say so.
There you go. Biggest pretenders, Joe.
Yeah, I know. I saw
we're
that.
ticking off Clary and Davidson for Rankin and Hustwaite. Cool. Yeah, no bad there. Cool. Beauty of a goal with the dribbler. Yeah, it was really good. He's actually missed quite a few of those recently, so it was nice that some of them went in. Unlucky for Essendon that some of theirs throughout the game didn't go in. So, bit of a rough one. Waiting a week on Hustwaite. He's a lock for the trade. I think the issue with waiting a week on Hustwaite Flash is that ideally you want to go one up, one down for the next however long. So, if you do wait, that means that you're forcing yourself to be double downgrade next week because you want Booslinger and then you want Hustwaite. So it makes it a little bit dodgy. G'day, glad mid-season drafts to pick up a younger ruck. There you go. Crossley would be fantastic for you guys, Joe.
Yeah,
you could get him in.
We've got plenty of space now.
Huh?
We got plenty of space now.
Plenty of space. There you go. And Harry Jones dislocated ankle, not broken ankle, which is nice. So you should have a little bit of a less time in terms of being out injured. Sardis still spent majority of the bench. Yeah, it's do you think it's like a tank problem with Sardis, Joe, or is there another problem?
I don't know. The thing is, at VFL level, he plays the whole game. I guess
it's different.
I guess the thing is, in the seniors, I think in the seniors he's not in the primary rotation because he has shown that he can't play any other role outside of inside mid. But he's not ahead of Merrett. He seems to be not ahead of Setterfield. He's not ahead of Durham. So he's the fourth banana. So he'll spend some time in the midfield, on ball, 45% CBAs in his 60% time on ground. But the problem is he can't play at half forward. He can't rest half forward. He can't play on a wing. He can't play half back. The problem is that's it. That's all he can do. So he's almost a centre bounce specialist at this point. And when you've got other players who have cemented themselves as centre bounce players, how is he going to get more time on field? Like, this is, I think, all we can expect from him if he stays on. And then obviously we've got Colders coming back. Jai Caldwell comes back next week. So he's instantly back, and he's a prominent CBA player for us as well. So yeah, I don't know about Sardis. If you traded him back in, you were hoping that he would perform better and to try and cement his spot in the side. But alas, he was a bit too timid with the ball. He wasn't body lining it. He wasn't playing with desperation, and he could get dropped. Unfortunately. How good has Sherry been? 146, and his VC was going to take that score, but no. Jen, you don't turn down a 146 VC.
Nah.
You can't. What are you expecting Gawn to go? Are you really? Now you're forcing Gawn to go 150. And if he doesn't, you've lost points. That's very, very, very risky for me, Jen. I personally wouldn't do it. A bird in the hand is worth 2 in the bush. For sure.
100%. You have to.
G'day, lads. Big J very unlucky. Clark had a shotgun.
Yeah.
No tag on Merrett.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. I don't know if it was a Will Phillips problem or something happened. I don't even know if a tag would have helped too much if you had kind of watched how Merrett did a lot of things. It was more just clean-up ball than anything else. He wasn't dominating through the middle. He wasn't taking clearances and kicking it to forwards to kick goals. It was just a lot of clearance type work. And it's hard to tag that level of disposal, really.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I don't think they really needed to tag Merrett because they were getting so much of the pill moving their way in the forward line. You know,
we were
winning the
out.
midfield battle.
Yeah, we were winning it 100%. We just struggled.
Like look at Merrett's heat map, you know, and it will tell the picture. So it gives you a lot of the ball on the defensive side of the ground. So there's no doubt that you could say no tag on Merrett, but they weren't tagging Merrett before when they started to get the ascendancy, and they had all the momentum. They were getting lots of inside 50s. So you could say, yeah, all right, Merrett, one player, is doing well. But ultimately, as a team, North were outperforming and were moving the ball forward. So they should have capitalized on their opportunities, North Melbourne, I think. I don't think necessarily the tag on Merrett would have saved the game or won them the game. Ultimately, it's a beautiful heat map with a nice love heart. You know, you love to see it. I love you too, Zach Merrett, El Capitan. But
he loves all those fans that put the VC on him. I tell you what,
they love him more. G'day, Bakes. Good to see you, mate.
What's up, mate? It's an interesting one. As I kind of say that. The midfield and forward,
Essendon, absolutely.
Midfield and forward problems always a big issue with North Melbourne.
Neil,
Rosie, and then people can't mark and whatever.
Neil.
You have to pick Neil. The other two you can definitely wait a week on. Dunkley may drop a little bit in price depending on how he goes this weekend. Neil is going to jump, and I don't think a Gold Coast tag. If I had the extra 20K, I would go Neil. But unfortunately, I'm going Rosie. So hopefully I don't do a Tim Mitchell. Say Tom Mitchell. Hopefully I don't do a Tim Mitchell and then kill a player for everybody. So that would suck.
I'd gladly donate my hamstring. Cheese, you donate the left one. I donate the right one. We gotta get Ridley healthy, bro. He's too important for us. Agreed.
At least Ridley didn't do the hamstring that he did the injury on, which was a big thing.
What are we doing with Clary? I'm thinking moving him on to Rankin. I think that's a very fine.
I think Rankin's fantastic for Clary. If you don't have Petrarca and you have to spend spare 30K, you can definitely go Petrarca as well. I think with Clary, and the big thing is, like, I've spoken to Joe off air about it. I've spoken to you guys as well. Yeah. Similar to if Chera had got injured, or was suspended, one or two of the both. You're not going to keep him for the rest of the year. He's done, I guess, what he needed to do. He's basically the same price as what we brought him in as at the start of the year, so you're not even missing out on anything with him anyway. So if you can grab like a depleted or a downgraded premium, like go and do that. You shouldn't be keeping Oliver. He's not going to be a top 10. He's not going to be someone that you want to keep for the rest of the year. And I think a lot of us that have, one or two dead rookies in our midfield bench. Like, we have to do something. So where's the incentive to keep him is probably my big question. Like, there's just no reason why you should keep him. If you can get someone good, then get someone good. A lot of people offloaded Oliver for Cherry. If you didn't have a Flynn at R2, could be crazy like Swizz and go grab Cherry at flex and then put Flynn on the bench. If you want to do that, if you're a bit nutty, you can do that if you want. But yeah, like, this is a guy you're not going to keep, and for 100K, you can grab like a Lockie Neal. Like, it makes too much sense for me not to have done it if you can do
it. Joe, before last week, it only been West Coast and North. Wins no matter who against.
Yeah, exactly, right? You can't dictate
how
your fixture.
You win, though. It's also how you win.
Yeah.
The numbers behind Carlton as a defensive profile are up there, even when you were playing pretty poorly. So, it's not just winning, because winning can paper over the cracks. It's important how you play. How you win and how you lose is more important than just simply the outcome. I'm sounding a bit like Brad Scott now. That's pretty scary. I'm trading Clary. Help me pick out Sarong, Anderson, or Green. Ooh. Sarong,
look, if you have to pick
Green.
one of them, I don't mind Sarong. I think Freo are going to go quite well. I don't like the Tom Green. GWS and midfielders, I just get the ick with GWS and midfielders, to be honest. So I think, I quite like the Sarong. You can, if you have Sarong in your team, you can say, hey, Sarong is going to be a top 8 to 10. Like, he might have a bit of a tough matchup or whatever, but hey, this guy's going to be that pick. Noah Anderson's never done it before. Tom Green always peters off. Like, it just looks better.
It's 573K.
And as Flash says, Sarong because of the buy as well.
Get Lockie Neal for cheaper.
Yeah, maybe he's got Neal already. But yeah, Lockie Neal would be my pick. If you can get Lockie Neal.
If you have Lockie Neal already, then get Dunkley or something. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just concerned that Sarong's just going to cop Winhager tonight.
He probably will. Like he's the one they go and tag. But if you can break the tag, then fantastic.
Yeah, potentially. Blue looks shit on you, Joe. You can say that again. Holy crap. Big J's eyes just could not compute. I could see it. You were so confused the whole night. You were so confused.
Even when you were stuck trying to order food for that however long time, I'm just like, Joe, what, where's Joe? I'm looking for Red. I can't find him.
It doesn't work. It just doesn't work. I agree.
He's disappeared.
It's filthy. Mate, man of my word, Cheese. Man of my word. I'm willing to cut that. That's a tough loss. Well done. Thank you very much. I'm glad you enjoyed it. It's good you didn't read the chat above when you came the other night. Yeah, Causa, look, we've entertained Joshua enough. It's look, when we start getting trolls, you're starting to make it, I guess. Hexerism. I'm currently for 775 at the moment.
Nice.
BC Sherry, thank you very much. Should have got more, to be honest. I think so too.
I think he got scaled down a little bit or gave away a couple of free kicks or something, and then it ended up hurting him a little bit in the third or fourth quarter. But yeah, very, very beautiful score, mate. Like, I'm projected just over 2,400, and there is going to be some really big scores this week.
Oh,
like big. So yeah, you'll be right.
Yep, absolutely. What does Marsh have to do tonight?
I have to work out who my VC and C is going to be. Because I've currently got Connor Stone. So do I go Carroll on field, or do I just go trainer and say, well, that's it? That's probably the only problem.
Well, trainer's playing with Bolter today, this week. So maybe go Carroll.
Yeah, I've got Carroll as as my D6 at the moment. So with Connor Stone loop, so we'll see what happens there, I suppose.
Look, if he goes, you want a premium score out of him. See, for me, I don't have any room for him anymore. I've got the 3-headed monster in Gawn, Sherry, and De Conning. But if you're going to get him, you just want to see that he's turned the corner and that he's not playing injured. So if he gives you a premium level score of 100 plus, then go for it.
Yeah, you want Marshall not to be shit is probably the big thing, because I think a lot of people, and we've mentioned this before, and it was definitely the plan going into the start of the season, where I think the flex is going to turn into another ruckman. We've seen that kind of now with teams like Joe's and a few others that have, what you'd consider to be the big three. The downgrade of that is definitely a Matt Flynn, who some of us have now too. So, yeah, I think it's he just needs to not be shit. It's probably the big thing. Absolutely. You don't generally want to mess around with rucks in SuperCoach. So, yeah.
Campo SC. Yeah, but I don't want to take I don't want to take Sardis's 40.
And that's my problem with the defense at the moment too, is that I have Ashcroft there. But I took Caco's. I've got Caco emergency. So if I put Patton on field for Ashcroft, I'll get the poorest score. So,
Free to win tonight to be taken seriously. They do, but I don't take them. I don't know. I'm tipping St Kilda tonight. As crazy as it is.
Interesting.
I feel like they need a bounce back. They've had a couple of absolute shocking weeks. They've got Filippo back in. Liam O'Connell, my boy, who was my loop in my backline all these weeks, is finally playing again. And Boxall, he looked good in the preseason as well as a tough nut inside player. So, and that's what they needed. They needed help in the midfield, and Boxall and Filippo could both be the ones to do it. So, I don't know. I've tipped the Saints. It could be wrong, but I'm sort of tipping a bounce back. Ross, the toss, was very angry over the weekend, and I imagine that they had a really strong training session under the roof. They love to play at Marvel, so this is my upset tip. I'm tipping the Saints against the crowd.
Fair enough. Nah, I picked Freo.
Let's go through these ones. McNeil Treloar is back, big in for the Dogs.
Yep.
Logan Evans, Moraes has dropped. Sin's dropped. Oh, Sin was injured. We know that. So Pal Pepper 150. It's my boy Pal Pepper. Pal Pepper, the forward primo. Who are you tipping?
I tipped Doggies.
Yeah, I've tipped the Dogs as well.
Dogs at Mars always works. Like them in Ballarat is juicy game.
Congrats to JJ for reaching his 200th. Congratulations, mate. Props to you. All right. Then the Crom and this is a tough one. This is a tough one. I initially tipped the Crows because they're playing at home, but no Crouch or Hinge for me makes me feel like Carlton with their run and their form. I feel like tipping Carlton this week. Again, another upset.
I think I went Crows.
Yeah,
I just think them at home. Them at home is gonna do fun. So yeah.
Yep. Oh, the Gauntlet, the bloody Gauntlet. Thank you, Velo. Thank you. You're a superstar. AFL tipping. Who's my so I have to pick a sure thing. My sure thing for this week. Where is that? Where is the Gauntlet again? Gauntlet. Okay, yes. View the Gauntlet. Gee, that was close. All right. So that's my sure thing. I've already used Port Adelaide. My sure thing this week will be.
If you wanted to be really cheeky, you could go West Coast.
I know. I could, couldn't I?
You know that they're going to win. Like it's going to be risky, but this is like the 1 week with no Clary. Their forward lines in the pits. Like, hey, chuck some money on West. It's probably the best odds West Coast is going to have the rest of you to win a game. Like,
I'm going to say Hawthorn's my sure thing this week. Wait, what? Operation is locked. Why is it locked?
Oh, you've picked someone already in round 8, didn't you?
Oh, did I pick Essendon already?
Select. Yeah, you picked Essendon.
Oh, did I? I don't remember this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh. Well,
There you go.
Thanks for reminding me then.
It was good you won yesterday, wasn't it?
I love it how now Velo reminds me.
Uh,
You should have reminded me last night. What happens if I didn't do it yesterday? Oh, you're a funny one, Velo. Thank you very much. All right.
Let's smash through some more questions.
Let's smash through some more questions. Stone, I know. He plays shit for 2 months straight, doesn't get dropped. Then he plays his career best game and gets sacked. That's unbelievable. 4 for 655. Reed. Oh, bro, Reed, the primo. The primo. You know who it is, Zach Reed.
Yeah. I posted it up on Twitter, man. There's it's Zach Reed, the primo. There you go.
Rosé or Clark in for Oliver?
Look, if Rosie's due to get DPP, I think, I don't know. I've got Clark. I got Clark instead of Sinclair like a bunch of weeks ago when they were comparable price. And I think Clark feels too inconsistent and he feels like he always scrapes to get a 100 score. So he does my head in. Like out of nowhere in the last 5-10 minutes, he'll pull out 20 points and he'll get there. But Clark never has a game where he just goes massive. Whereas I think Rosie in that back position, especially if he's going to get DPP, is a better selection.
Yep. All right. I sort of agree with that. Should be my team start of the season. Very nice. But I have got him for a little bit cheaper. Jen. Ash could go crazy with Jordan tagging Whitfield.
I hope he doesn't tag Whitfield. I hope he goes.
I really hope he doesn't tag Whitfield. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love the fact that I have 5 primos in my back. Reed and Bice. Reed the
There you
primo.
go, man. There you go. And people who kept Roberts basically have a finished back line. Technically, I do as well with Sheasel in the midfield. So just waiting for a trainer / Carroll / a few other players to appreciate in price, and then I can move people on. So yeah, it's not too bad.
We're not going to talk about that anymore. I think we spent enough time, but it was pretty funny watching all the Essendon players like little kids. No, Mom, it was his fault.
He took my ball, Mum.
He took my football, Mum. Yeah, that was pretty funny. I got to admit, that did look quite funny. But yeah, we're not going to talk about the free kick. We've spoken about it enough. Michael, VC Brayshaw tonight into Gorn. Very nice.
Yeah.
Anth, you're new. Welcome, Anth. Good to see you, mate. Oliver and Davidson out for Rosé and Bustlinger and bank 134K or clear a dead rookie, Clay Hall and Oliver, and have 11K for next week. Also, I can boost and get both of them.
Rosie and Bus and
not Warner. I don't think it's worth a boost with these guys, but neither of them on the bubble. So, I reckon next week you can obviously you be able to downgrade, get Hustwaite. I think Hustwaite this week is a good in, considering that the fact that Cam McKenzie has also broken his hand. So Cam McKenzie stocks to the moon. In fact, I think you can even feel
Hustwaite stocked. Hustwaite stocked to the moon.
Yeah, sorry, Hustwaite. Correct.
He's a guy who's played like 4 AFL games, and his name is the follower. Like,
exactly.
Come on, man.
Against Richmond, which is the greenest matchup of all time. So
I personally, I'm really wary of getting rid of these type of players. I think there's a few of them that are going to be like, I've got so many dead rookies on my bench. I don't think Hall's ever going to come back. So if you have a chance to offload him and get a good player in, I would say, hey, do the Hall trade. Davidson, you can wait a week on. At least he's playing his coverage. Let him make you an extra 20 to 30K before, you can get rid of him next week. But let him just go up and down in price for a tiny bit there. Like there's no pressure. Whereas, like, I've just gone Hall to Hustwaite, and now I have 1 green dot in my midfield bench that I haven't had for the last 3 weeks, and I actually feel good about it. So, yeah, it works out a bit better, I think.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, Gross, as you can see here, I've got it highlighted here, the emergencies. He's not even an emergency. So
Clay Hall isn't, no.
yeah, Clay Hall seems to be a dead pick at this point, unfortunately. Jackson Davey posted, "Oh yeah, no, we're not gonna." I think we're beyond that now. But thank you, Hexerism, for that. We'll maybe look into it later. I'm feeling a Dawson 160 game incoming.
But potentially, I think there was some pretty good stats throughout the year of Dawson goes big and then goes small, and then has a good game and then a bad game and a good game and a bad game. And I think if he continues on with that, we might see a bit of that this week, hopefully.
Yeah. Fair enough.
If not, he's sucked in a bunch of people to bring him in at sub 500k.
Look, if Gorn goes 210, so be it, BMI.
It's very hard to go 210, man. It's very hard to go 210. Like, I think it's very hard to go 210.
That's what I thought he'd do in round 1. He was up against Lockett and Keith. He wasn't even up against a ruckman. He was up against Keith.
Well, we didn't realize how bad Melbourne was going to be, yeah? So the thing with ruckman is, like, Lloyd Meek went quite big because of how good the Hawks midfield was last week. Melbourne kind of struggled during those games. So Gawn went big, but Gawn didn't go as big as what he wanted because obviously he would have lost out on a few hit-outs to advantage and, contested marking, good ball use, things like that. So, yeah, it's a bit rough.
Exactly. The AFL's a mess right now. You can say that again. Oliver out, Libba in, or Libba is a gutsy call. He's looking good. Don't get me wrong. He's always looked good. I'm
just worried about head knocks.
But it's the head knocks. Exactly. It's the head knock problem. And now Trelaw is back in as well. So 59% CBAs for 125. Like, this is ridiculous. Like, this doesn't happen. It just doesn't happen.
He's a good player, man. What was his disposal efficiency? Like, I think Libba plays quite an unselfish game. So he'll get quite a lot of points from, like, score assists and whatnot compared to other players. I think very rarely he'll actually go for a goal, and he'll more than likely like to kick it to a teammate, and that's where he gets a lot of his points from.
Yeah, absolutely. Joe has legit given cold hard evidence.
Yeah,
G'day, JJ. Good to see you, mate.
mate?
Roos fans don't like evidence. Dunkley or Neil for Oliver? Well, I think we've both said already. If you can afford Neil, get Neil. Do we want Busto? I didn't feel he was that good. You're not picking him as a field option. You're picking him as a cash gen option. And now that Liam Jones has done a calf and could miss a month, that's some price rises that we get out of Buslinger.
Yeah, he's locked in for a little while. I thought he was okay. I don't remember him having any like super fumbly moments and things like that throughout the game. So, like, it was just solid. Like, hey, he's a defender.
Hey, fellas, thoughts on Jacos and Dunkley as trade-in options? Oh, not Jacos, Josh Dacos. Look, he's a gun.
Look,
he's a G. Don't get me wrong.
He will submarine out of nowhere. Like, if he ends up going massive, then cool. But yeah, I don't know. For me, it's a no. I think Dunkley's a lot more safer. I think we've historically as well seen Dunkley being a top 10 selection, and similar to a Lockie Neal and a few others, could just be having a bad couple of games that have really kind of affected him that way. So catch him when he's down. I mean, I'm going to try and somehow swing Kako and Levi Ashcroft to him potentially, or maybe even offload Trainer and get Dunkley in next week via Ashcroft. So that's hopefully the play for myself. Grab him while he's cheap, man. Break even with 124. And what's Brisbane's run in the midfield, Joe? They I think they're pretty juicy for the next however long.
Is this inside mid? Yeah, this is inside mid. Brisbane got Gold Coast, or second hardest matchup, but not by much. It's 0.05.
Dunkley's going to murder North Melbourne.
Melbourne, Hawthorn, the Bombers.
Hawthorn without Will Day. So
will
that
destroy
Hawks
us.
is probably that Hawks matchup is probably a little bit less just for the fact that they don't have like there's no Will Day. So
Yeah, I think Dunks is still the better
Yeah.
one. I just saw on Facebook someone did an emergency Merrett and Reed was on the bench on Nuffy's SuperCoach page, so it doesn't get
Yep.
That's rough.
Yep. Yeah, it's rough, man. I feel really bad for the people that traded out Pal Pepper after he's like 18. The people who traded out a few of these other players as well, and it's just, sometimes you got to hold. I mean, I don't think I can advocate for holding primos because that's been the bane of my existence this year. But like I've been all right with holding rookies, so yeah. So it's a hard one, Corey.
Liam Jones calf injury. Yeah, it is. It is.
Yeah.
Squeak, you guys are flipping awesome. Project this week,
Thanks, mate.
24-21. Oh, cheers, Squeak. Caldwell and Shield back next week and start us back to Rezzies. We need to trade him now. Look, we'll see. We'll see with the injury carnage that comes, but maybe we might decide to play someone a bit more forward, like Durham, for example, could potentially move more forward to take over Jones, and then Caldwell comes in replacing, so like we'll see what happens. But yeah, it's not looking hot at the moment. Yes, Merrett's heat map, very beautiful. All heart. You love to see it. Archer's going to miss 8 weeks, apparently.
Yeah, that's rough, man. I wish I had got Hardeman in last week, Corey, or even just this week. Really, really good player, and was 167K. Is going to jump up a lot. So one of those sneaky pods in the back line that no one's had that he's going to play the rest of the year. So yeah, unlucky for Archer. Just hope we've got someone to cover the position. Hopefully.
Decided to take Sherry. Sensible, Jen.
Yeah.
Very sensible.
Smart woman.
I can't go Hust or Bus because I'm going for Neil and Track. Home Bus becomes irrelevant.
But potentially, he could just be a slow burn as well. Like he might just be cool. I thought he was a lot better last week, but only scored the 57. So he might just be cool. Yep, downgrade option, whatever. Got to remember as well, mid-season drafts coming up, and we're going to get a few guns, and they're all going to be 99K. So for right now, we're just looking for a couple of downgrade options. If you get Buslinger in next week and he goes up like 150K, you're laughing. But yeah, just we need downgrade options for like Trainer.
You guys think Trainer? I doubt Trainer's the sub. I think he was only sub that week because he was just being managed.
Yeah, 5-day break. Like the coach said,
break.
hey, the coach basically said, hey, next time it will be someone else sub. We're just trying to manage all these players. So, and we saw last week he wasn't the sub.
He played 5 minutes in the game before last week. 5 minutes. Like they just didn't give a crap. They're just giving him a little run to do some cardio. Neil or Dacos this week?
Look, I really like Lockie Neal. We kept getting asked this question last week. Nick Dacos 640. You don't bring in Nick Dacos at 640K. I'm sorry. People asking the question, grab Lockie Neal. Don't grab Nick Dacos. He's a good player. They've got an okay run, but he's 640K, guys. Like, we need to be getting in Neal this week, Sinclair the next week, another Primo the next week, and so on and so on.
Exactly.
You can't afford to be bringing in 640K players now. Like,
yeah, because
how
else are you gonna afford Butters and Bont?
Yeah.
They're
He's got
expensive.
Flynn at R3. You can afford everybody.
Oh no, Brayshaw getting tagged.
There you go.
Heard.
That makes it even better for the Cherry or Merrett VCers. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. That's why we've got a loophole.
G'day, Frankie. Everyone going Track this week. Is he a must-have? Track was a great one to trade in before last week, playing against Richmond, and he looked sensational. Looking at his CBAs on the weekend that just went by, 79. This is the sort of mix that is where he's at his best. Not necessarily the number one guy in the midfield, but having substantially more midfield time and then pushing forward. So this is the appropriate mix for Petrarca. and he's looking better to the eye the last few weeks.
Mm.
Is he going to be a top 6 forward? Look, I think he will be. He's
Yep.
priced now at 497, so he's still under 500k. He's still quite cheap, and he's playing against the Eagles this week without Oliver, which means that he could probably get quite a few CBAs there again as well. So I think there's a lot of ticks going in Petrarca's favor, which is why people are getting him. He's cheap. He's a gun. We know what he's done before. He's got a history of being a premium if we look at Petrarca's scoring. So, yeah, I don't see why not. I think he's great.
If you can grab a
Forward
forward, if you grab a
DPP.
keeper, you grab a keeper at 500k. Like, come on. I would love to get him in this week. Maybe I'll redo it and I'll get him in. We'll see. I've still got time, but Petrarca's fantastic and he fills up the forward spot. So, yeah, why not?
I think it's back too. Very nice cheese. I'm going to ride Flynn till he stops making more cash than Sherry. Up to you.
Well, there you go. That's the same for me too.
Hey, Joe, what are your thoughts on Vigo to help in? Oh, Vigo's still too raw, Mark. He's still raw and young. That's a bit too early for him. We're just going to get him to the mid-season draft and then get someone from the mid-season draft. BC Bray into Gorn for me. Very cool. Hustwaite or Lindsay on field, leaning towards Hust because of the matchups for both teams.
It's actually a really interesting point. I might consider that as well. Yeah, I've always just gone Lindsay being the established player. I suppose one plays Richmond and then the other one plays West Coast.
You want both actually on field.
You can put both on field and just say, Oliver, I'm not trading you this week. Like, if you're really keen on doing that, you can 100% do that. It just doesn't work.
Wow, Velo traded Clary out in round 4. Very cool.
Yep. You would have been one of the few that, if you could grab a really good player at that point, fantastic, and you ride the wave and not have to, see what happens.
Oh my God. Can we say both?
I would say both, but if I had to put my guts on one, I would say Hustwaite, I think.
Yeah, correct. 13,000 people still have, oh, geez, that's all right. That's 13,000 bots. Wonderful.
Good for us,
Gorn's
mate.
last 3 versus West Coast, 100, 109, and 73.
Yep.
If that would be glorious if that happened.
Not 2025 Gorn, though. That's the only thing.
Correct.
But it looks
Ben,
good. I go back to the people that have got Thursday night BCs, man. Like, these are the question marks. These are the things that end up separating even good teams from good teams. Is just pay. It's the way it works. So yeah.
Good teams for great teams, I guess. I don't know. Who to field at a Max Hall, Cleary, or Elijah Hewitt? Good question.
I reckon Hewitt. I would go Hewitt.
Yeah, he plays on ball. Cleary was pretty good.
Melbourne's midfield's not the toughest at the moment, so he could end up getting a bunch of points.
I agree. He could certainly be. I think Hewitt. He looks really good against us. But then again, everyone looks good against us. I mean, we play everybody into form. By the way, I just want to say that the community team on fire, Merrett VC, baby, on the community team.
Well, you better put the C. Who can you put the C on? If we're not. Oh, that's right. We were going to do who are we trading out for Oliver this week? That's what we were going to do. So, guys, who are we getting? Ooh, can we get Petrarca? Scroll down.
So, ladies and gentlemen, in the community,
this community team is hacked, man.
It's so
this
good.
Thing is ridiculous. It is so good. This community team. Holy shit! Like
community team.
Every player is playing. What the?
I know. We've got no loops, bro. We've got Boyd, Shaw, and Oliver. We could we did the leap on Sardis, but 44 is not great. So we anticipate Horville's scoring. But do we keep Oliver or do we trade Oliver? If we were to trade him,
to trade him. You got to trade him.
586. Who can we afford for 586? I know who we can afford for 586.
I would grab a Lockie Neal.
Exactly. Do we do this, lads? Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, can I present to you the accused, Clayton Oliver? Is he God? for Lockie Neal.
So dumb.
And then we field Neal over Hall. What do we think, lads? Do it. Do it.
Go for it.
Go for it. Let the hate blow through you. I vote Neil. Mark Lavelle says Neil, yes. All right. It seems to be that the community has voted. Aye, Capitan. The crew has voted.
Community team is so broken, man. Like, that back line is done. The midfield needs what? 1 to 3 players in that midfield if you don't like Chera. The forward line is almost okay. The forward line's a bit sketch, but that's about it. You got the rookies on the bench to be able to do enough with it, though. So, community team is cooked, man. Can we change the name and put Big J's team and swap that over? Because holy moly, this team is too good, bro.
Honestly, this is we're cooked, bro. And if I had taken Gawn's captaincy last week, we would have been ranked so much higher. I'm so bad. That's why I wore the North Melbourne jersey. We're ranked 45-20. But that was with that. That's with a 24-43 with a Merrett.
You lost 80 odd points.
With a Merrett captaincy, we scored 24-43. So yeah, this week the Merrett captaincy has worked this week. He's repaid the faith. Joe, can you add this to the community team? Oh, is this not in the community league? Leagues. Tradies get ladies? What the hell is this league? What? All right. Well, I could have sworn it's already in the league. Is it not? Is this not here? Is this not our league? Shout out to Lincoln. Wait. Is the guy number 1 for all of SuperCoach in our league?
Where? Oh, he is. There you go, Lincoln. Oh, no. Yeah, he is. Oh, no, is that... Must be. Yeah, I think he is. That's cool, lads. Oh, no, overall rank 6.
No, but he was 6. But then he's gone up 5 spots to number 1. We've got the number 1 player?
No, it says total score 15 or something. No?
16-122.
Yeah. I don't know.
Overall rank 1.
There you go.
Center bounce. The center bounce ladder. He's there. Oh my God, we've got the number 1 player.
Well, we can easily enough check. We just go to rankings. No, he's not number 1. He's ranked number 6. If you go to rankings in SuperCoach, so you just go up the top, you go to rankings. And then player 456. There it is. Yeah, that's him.
Wow. Crazy. The coach's box is a member league. Oh. Right. What was the coach's box member league? What's the coach?
That's all right. We'll figure this out later. We'll
figure that out.
Let's match out some more questions. We'll figure that out later.
He's live number 1, says Aiden.
Well, there you go. He's probably got a few players that have played and other people haven't. All good. 1 second.
So yeah, the community team, mate. The community team is cooking with gas. Next week we just double downgrade. Next week is prior to Bustlinger, and if Sardis gets dropped, Sardis to Hustway. Boom shakalak. We've got an upgrade, and then we free up even more cash for next week. Oh my God, I wish this was my team. Well done, group. Well done, community. We are killing it with this. Holy shawarma. All right. So yeah, I'm tipping the Blues. Collingwood and the Cats. This is a tough one. Collingwood and the Cats. I think I'm tipping Collingwood. In ripping hot form.
Yeah, I've tipped them as well. It's hard to go past the team that's won like every game of the season, and they're not versing Tom Stewart. Like,
yeah, exactly. No Tom Stewart. Eagles. This is on Sunday games, right? Or this Saturday? Oh, yeah, Saturday. Okay, Saturday. West Coast. Oscar Allen, 100th game. Congratulations. Tim Kelly, 150. Bo Allen makes it in for the first time. Bulletin, Oliver, Melksham. He's actually pretty good. I'm tipping the
Yeah,
D's
I
for this
picked
one.
Melbourne, but this is a game that I can totally see West Coast going big. They haven't
watch
really
this
lost
game.
much. They haven't really lost much in terms of midfield depth and things like that. Brockman coming back maybe does something, but if Tim Kelly, he could do stuff for them this week.
Yeah. Sunday, extended team. So Patton is out. Hanley is out. Laddams is out. Stone plays his best game. Nah, that's too good for us. You got to go. Kelly. Ooh, no jelly? Wow, no jelly. I feel like tipping the Swans now.
Yeah, I think I picked Swans. Poor Ben Patton was was an emergency, was in the 16, but obviously it didn't make it. So yeah, a bit of a rough one.
I gotta go to my tips.
Yeah.
I gotta update my tips. I had the Giants. I'm actually tipping the Swans on this one now.
Sydney, there you go.
Save those. All right. And then
let me
Hawks
see
and
if I can find
Tigers.
the codes for everybody.
Noah Bolter comes in because it's an afternoon game. So Noah Bolter gets to avoid curfew. Hopper with his 150th. Congratulations.
There you go. So there's the league code. Sorry. League code is 297914 for anyone who's still looking for the league.
Thank you, Bello.
Thanks, Velo.
Poo out.
Sucks for Philippou, tell you what.
Oh, that's so good. It means Boyd doesn't play. Thank God. We don't have to worry about that. Captain Boyd, we love to see it. No, not that one. This one. So, hey, lads, thoughts on not doing a trade at all? Yeah. Team's fine and good, Nick. And no, don't need to trade. You don't have to trade.
Yep. No, you don't have to. Just kind of depends on what your team's looking like at the moment. What's going to happen with certain positions and things like that. Do you have to, you just don't want to you don't want to hamstring yourself into having to pick up 2 players next week. So if you've got a boost, then fantastic. You don't have to worry. A lot of us at the moment don't have any boosts. So you don't want to you don't want to put yourself in a position where you might have to go Boostlinger and Hustwaite next week. That's the only thing. I think both of them are going to be the rookies to get in. I don't even know if there's any others that we can get in, really, with Boxall and stuff. Hey, Boxall's not the sub, which is cool too.
Correct.
So, but yeah, I just would be a little bit wary about hamstringing yourself into the position. And Harry Hustwaite is no longer the follower.
He's on the bench now.
He's on the bench.
That's okay. No, it's no big deal, but he can certainly play really
Hawthorne
well.
boosting up James Warple's trade value at the moment.
Yeah, I'm tipping the Hawks, obviously, and then Brisbane and the Suns. Tunstall dropped, Lohman injured, and Morris. What happened to Morris? Is he moving? Is that why they're just dropping him? You're not allowed to play?
Oh, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Sucks for the people that brought in James Tunstall as well, because I know a few people went a little bit earlier on him.
Yeah, he was always going to be. Thoughts on bringing Marshall in the ruck? Yeah, I mean, I think you should. I think you wait to see how he goes tonight. Watch him. Does he pass your eye test? Does he look fit? Does he look healthy? He's playing against Sean Darcy, who's obviously had an interrupted preseason and has had a few things. So obviously Sean Darcy is working his way back to match fitness. So keep an eye out on Sean Darcy, see how Rowan Marshall performs against him. If he's looking the goods, like he looked really good last week and he looks again good, trade him in. You want a premium scorer out of him. You don't want someone just to be, as like a stepping stone. Ideally, you'd prefer him to be a keeper. That's what you're trading him in for around 500k.
Yeah.
And what is Essendon giving up for Harley now and Joe Masbar and a Pepsi?
probably a couple of those beers at Marvel Stadium. Holy moly, they're expensive.
We'll give him Pepsi Max, not
Pepsi
Pepsi. Pepsi Max. We can't give him
Go.
sugar as well. He
Gotta
might
hit
lose
those
his shit.
Skin folds.
No, I'm just saying he might lose his shit because he's very hot headed. If you give him a sugar rush, he might go ape shit. You've got enough sugar in the Mars bar. Maybe Snickers because you're not hungry. You're not you when you're hungry, right? So maybe a Snickers bar and a Bibsy. Love the Bibsy. What's going on with Cam McKenzie? Yes, broken hand. So Hustwaite stocks to the moon.
Yeah.
Looking at teams, trainer serious sub risk. I don't understand how you can have a key defender as a sub. Like he was already rested the other week. He doesn't have to get rested again.
Like I think they would probably sub Rioli potentially in that team.
Yeah.
That high impact player that will come in if someone gets injured. I don't think Trainer's the sub. There's no other tall defenders in that position.
Oh boy, this is great this week. Yes, sir. I'm wanting to trade Lawler and Davidson, but I might wait next week. Not sure. What's Lawler's break even?
Yeah, no, you can. You can 100% wait, but if you've got no boosts, you don't want to grab both in. You don't want to miss out on both. Like it's probably capped out in scoring potential.
67. He's beaten it 3 times in 7 games.
Okay, keep him. Keep him. One more.
I think you can trade him out. I think you can go Lawler to Hustwaite, save yourself 200k, and I think Hustwaite maybe scores the same, outscores him probably even. Gotta love a poo out. What is going on? Yeah, so that still holding Foss for a 68, and Kako got 60. Nice. Unbelievable. Still holding Foss. What's his price at now these days? 232. He's made 33k for the year. Wonderful. Banks 90% sub. Trav playing is the worst thing ever. I was looping him with Reed, and I have Reed as emergency. So I was going to take his score. Now I have to take Carroll's score because Travalia is playing. This game kills me. Oh, I'm sorry, Zave. You're a new name as well. I'm not familiar with you. So welcome to the Centre Bounce. Yeah, that's rough, man. That's rough. That's why you just filled the primo. I don't know why you have a primo at emergency. He's a primo, bro. What are you talking about? It's like Bice's emergency. You know, I'm just kidding, but no. He's one that we've been dying to see for a number of years, and he's finally got his body appears to be in order. Apart from this one blemish against West Coast, playing away from Melbourne, he's been quite good this last month. 88, 104, 90. You know, he's doing really well. And in the next 4 games are all in Melbourne as well. So, and also now that Ridley is gone, it just means more emphasis on his involvement in defense as well. So, for those who traded him out, you're crying. He's at 300k. He's at 300k with a break even of 48, and he's tonned up. So, he's got 102. Can I see the projection? He went 102 this week. His new price is 321. Damn, that's nice. Reed Primo? This is coming from the closet North man who didn't loop Big Max. I did loop Big Max. I just forgot to take the score. Piss off, Velo. Hence the punishment. What's your thought now? What you're through now, Ben Mackay?
Look, to be honest,
Ben Mackay.
Yeah, Ben Mackay does a job. Like as much as you guys have paid on him, you're probably not paying anyone else, so it doesn't matter too much. He does a job. He takes the number 1 defender every week, and it allows Ridley and the likes of Reed to actually do something. So, yeah.
You got the pencil already. Is pencil Hustwaite? Is that what he's supposed to be? Paco Moraes and Archer Reed for Sinclair, Buslinger, and some other rookie because I got pencil already. Is that a pencil or a pen?
Yeah, we'll figure it out. Is it a nut, maybe? Or a I thought it was a bullet, to be honest.
Bullet.
Caco Moraes and Archer Reed. Look, I don't mind it. Sinclair, I think you can wait on Sinclair, though. Break even of 160. So if you can go in, I would grab like a Lockie Neal instead. I think he might be the better player for you. Yeah, I just think he might be better for you. Pencil is Hustwaite, apparently. But yeah, I would go Lockie Neal if you don't have him. Sinclair is going to drop down to, what is he now? 1 second. Sinclair's 570 with a break even of 167. I think he's going to drop. SuperCoach has him. Actually, where is it? SuperCoach has him dropping to about 550, but I think potentially he could even drop a little bit more. So we'll see.
Lockie Neal, his last three against Gold Coast, 117, 168, 128. He's playing at the Gabba. So his last two games at the Gabba against them, 168 and 128. So great time to get Neal in. And then he's playing against North. Where is he playing? At Ninja. Remind me where Ninja is again?
Tasmania.
Yeah. Adelaide Hills, Norwood, Gabba. Geez, he hasn't played you in Tasmania before. That would be interesting.
He's got it's just a break even for me, to be honest.
And Melbourne at the Gabba, 114 and 100. So yeah, good week to get Neal, I think, with the fixture to come. Hey, God!
What's up, mate?
How's it going, mate? Pryor, Lashcroft, and Clary. The Hustwaite, Marshall, and Petrarca. Don't have a Dawn or Sherry, but will get one eventually, then put Marshall at flex for the year. Thoughts?
Look, you're dropping 3 guys that aren't primos, or at least keeper primos, to now getting 2 keeper primos. At least potentially. Marshall, like you're saying, going to keep him for the whole year. Marshall keeps popping out a 130 or a 120 or a 110. It's going to be very hard to get rid of in the flex anyway, and has a good buy round. So you can do a lot with him. I really like it. I really like it. I think it's fantastic. I think it's really good use of the cash of a Pryor and Lashcroft as well. So yeah, looks really good.
Well done, God.
Nice work.
Pencil is Hustwaite. Oh, okay, there you go. Pencil is Hustwaite. Very nice. We all know. Nice spelling of the word no, Velo. We can go backwards and forwards. You can dish. I can dish out too. Joe's surname is Dersma. Was supporting his cousins. Yeah. Did you see the younger Dersma? He was in an Essendon scarf. Ooh. Grabbing Dunkley, I think, lads. Never owned him before. Oh, very nice, James.
Yeah. That will be me. That will be me next week, hopefully.
Yeah, Dunks is great. Obviously, we must not have been playing for very long because he was forward eligible every year and he was a staple in our forward line. So we love the Dunks. Got Neal. Congratulations, Dodgy. Wow. SuperCoach the game in general is watching us. I have both
Joe.
and Travalia. Wow, you have both finally playing. Congratulations. Neal to be rested versus North as he won't handle our freezing weather. That's true. That's true.
He'll just run around a lot so he gets warm. That's anything.
Exactly. He's a Bris Vegas type of guy. So, yeah, that's all the comments. Thanks, guys, so much for joining us. We had to make up for it. Yesterday wasn't quite the normal scheduling. Plus, the team sheets were just not working last night. So that was pretty bizarre. So, I met a guy last night, found out he's Ned Long's cousin, and apparently taught him how to kick a football. Talked about Ned for 30 minutes. How good. Oh, my God.
There you go, mate. You're locked in. Like, you're following Ned Long around. Now you're meeting his cousins and probably got his poster up on his wall. Like, hey, I'm going to claim stalker, but holy moly, you're doing pretty well.
Did you tell him? Oh, he's like, oh, I taught him how to kick a football. And like, oh, I picked him in SuperCoach. He's like my son. I've taught him everything he knows.
I single-handedly got half the competition to pick Ned Long in SuperCoach.
That's so good, man. Happy you're living the dream, God. You're living the dream. Hopefully next time you meet Ned Long himself. But yeah. Cheers, guys. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful rest of the weekend. Hope your teams do well, both from a football perspective and a SuperCoach perspective as well, of course. And stay tuned because our team reviews come out. Review crew on Monday, members on Tuesday, and have a lovely one,
Guys, SuperCoach is about having fun. Chase the dream. A lot of people got Zach Merrett and Sherry captains and vice captains, so just take that a little bit into account as well when you're picking your captains in terms of who it's going to be. And if Brayshaw craps the bed this week, which Corey reckons he might be getting tagged, it's going to be a bit of a run to see who's actually chosen as the captaincy score. So see what happens.
And on that note, guys, we'll see you in the next one because here at the Centre Bounce,
we do the hard work, so you guys don't have to. Have lots of fun, eat food, and have at it.
bye for now.